Good day there guys, welcome to your tutorial. In this video we're going to be looking at single and multi-slot content projection. So content projection is essentially, or how I say it is essentially placing content that you want to use inside of another component. So it allows you to specify content from a higher level component. In our case, our higher level component is this node component, and then essentially place that content or render that content in the lower level component, which is our app node card component, which is this one over here. So looking at single content projection first, what we need to do is we need to specify the ng content. So the ng content gets specified on the child, the usable, whatever you want to call it, basically the component where you want the content to go. Then we can basically go ahead and move to our parent component, and inside of these tags we'll basically add in our content. And with single content projection, because it's only in the term single, the content that we put here will automatically be rendered here with no additional selectors, IDs, anything like that. I already have a class set up, so I'm just going to add that over here, and then I'm going to set up a list, and this list essentially will be this additional items array. So not all these items have it, just on the first one we have additional information, and I will be displaying these in list form. So over here I'm just gonna go ahead and do a list, and that is on note dot additional information. And over here I just want to render additional information. Once we save that, we'll see that automatically pull through. Here's our additional information, and then you can see we specified how we want to look. So basically it gives the parent full control of how this looks, how we want it set up. But then on the child component, it's literally just a kind of a placeholder for data. So this is kind of whatever you want it to be from wherever you call the node card component. That's pretty much how single content projection works. When it comes to the multi-slot content projection, it works similarly, although now we have attributes introduced basically to help identify which slot belongs to which. So we add a select attribute basically to the ng content, and then inside of that we put a CSS selector, and that's like a general CSS selector that we can use for that. So basically we now, because this is multiple, so that means that instead of just one div over here, we're gonna have multiple, and now this select attribute will basically help us map what should go where. So for example, I'm going to do select, and then I'm going to call my this again that goes inside of here is just a CSS selector. So additional information, and I'm essentially going to take additional information, and actually let me show you what this does. So at the moment this ng content is specifically looking for the additional information attribute. So if I look over here, you can see nothing will be rendered, and then once I go to the node, I add this on, we added additional information, and there you can see it's rendered. So like I said, this is literally a CSS selector, so I can even do ID equal to that, and then over here I can change this to be ID, and then we can see that will render as well. So generally you can just add it's not necessarily to put on anything special or so. Generally you can just add a custom attribute of the name, and then just specify it here as well, and that's pretty much how it works. This will give you the freedom essentially to be able to not only know where your content's gonna go, but if, let's say for example I want to move this over here, and this was supposed to be additional content, more items for example, then basically you can actually use this in here, and you can specify another div that actually has this this attribute on, and you can actually, it gives you more structure in terms of where your content will be projected to. And that's pretty much the main difference between single and multi-slot content projection. And hope you guys enjoy this video.